Mm-hmm. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you watch this video. Today we're back with Aurora. This is the seed. Many of you have recommended this, so I'm pretty excited because I want to dive right in. Everything she's done so far has been so impactful, powerful, and meaningful, and I'm sure this is without a doubt going to be the same. So, without further ado, love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. Wow. I love that as a Cree proverb as well.
Just
That's
like the sea,
beautiful.
I don't know where to go. Through dirt and shadow I grow. I'm reaching light through the struggle. Just like the sea, I'm chasing the wonder. I unravel myself, all in slow motion.
Wow.
You cannot eat money or no. You cannot eat money or no. And the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poison. You cannot eat money or no. You cannot eat money or no. You cannot eat money or no. And the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poison. You cannot eat money or no.
Bro, what? What in the what? Holy, oh my god. Okay, I think I get it. The seed is the idea. It is the notion of understanding that the world as it stands cannot lead to a better future. It's the idea that is now starting to culminate, and we see it all over the world where nature that needs to be rebalanced, where we have gone too far and we have disrupted the true nature of the way things are supposed to go, so much so that it's destroying the planet and it's manifesting. And I love that when when the chorus starts, it's actually videos of people, and it started off with a school, I think, right? Or yeah, a school strike for climate action. And it really shows that the seed it's so metaphorical because it's a seed of an idea, like a thought, but it's also a seed like you think of the young, right? Kind of learning and understanding. And this is that seed. It's growing within the population, as in the youth, but it's also an idea that's growing within the population as a grand scale, and it's taking sort of hold. And I love the way she parallels kind of the idea that we need to change with the idea of what how a seed grows, because it is a slow process, right? It is this grasping towards light, and it's so metaphorical because that light, it can also mean, like, you know, a path to a better future, a brighter future. And so while a plant grows towards the light, reaching for nourishment, so do we as a species now, as we start to gain an understanding that the way that we live now cannot go on without this planet being destroyed as a result. And as she mentioned, you cannot eat money. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, if we take and take and take from the world around us, eventually we'll be left with nothing, and that nothing cannot sustain us. Beyond that, there's so many species that get hurt along the way that we have no care often, or not we, I will say, not like we as a collective. It is largely in part of like major corporations have no care for, that continue to grow towards money instead of trying to sustain the world. And in the end, that does not pan out well. And I love that it starts with a Cree proverb that focuses on that. And then she takes that and puts it into the chorus as this like battle call. And it really does. She almost feels like, you know, like a nature spirit as she's dancing too. Even at the start, when she's reaching out, she's actually reaching out towards the plants and like begins like this, like a closed up seed, but then begins to almost like look at the plants with this finite idea of this plant is deteriorating, what is happening to the world around me. And the sun is blood red. I would assume that's the sun behind her, but it's blood red to represent kind of how it's been poisoned, right? Like just our nature has been poisoned. And then as she begins to feel this out, she sees the pain that the world has been caused. And then it leads to this beautiful dance. And it's such a brilliant dance because it's like, it's powerful, yet it's beautiful. And yet you feel like it's seeking justice. And it's this like almost primal dance that she's doing, like beating her chest, these very like primal movements. And it's such a beautiful way to represent the idea of going back to some sort of balance with nature that was maintained as a species before we had all the crazy pollution, before we had all the crazy detriments to every other species basically on the planet. Like that's, geez, man, we're what, like a minute in, and there's already so much happening. I want to watch this chorus again because that gave me goosebumps. Look at that, the fury. Wow, man.
Suffocate me so my tears can be rain. I will water the ground where I stand so the flowers can grow back again. 'Cause just like the seed, everything wants to land.
Yeah.
We are burning our fingers, but we learn and forget.
This build, man. Wow. Oh my god, dude, I don't know who edited this, but there's been a couple of things that I'm sorry I paused right there, but one, when the jellyfish showed up, it moved like a jellyfish does, and then she moved like a jellyfish did in her dance. And then as she brought her finger down just now, we'll go back like a second, the lightning follows almost immediately after, where it's like she literally is representing nature in this video, right? She's representing the idea that like the more that you try, like the more that we try to suffocate nature, the more that we actually suffocate ourselves. And she even kind of says that in the song. But then beyond that, it's like this idea that she says, suffocate me and let it rain. And it's almost like she was willing to die for this cause, like to bring back the world into a state where it is sustainable and a positive outlook on the future. She's willing to put her life on the line for this cause. And when you think about what that means, it's really her speaking as nature. And it's saying that nature even now still hasn't given up hope, just like the seed that has now been planted in the minds of so many, including the youth. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, man. Holy. I really like how the lightning came down here too. It's like she's striking the idea into the earth, and that's what it feels like. Oh man. Oh. But it's also just the chaos of all the things happening. Oh man. Like the coral reefs is, yeah. Oh, this build. As we see storms gathering, like waves and lightning, and it's nature. Let's go, bro. It's like she's doing a rain dance, too. Oh, this is...
You cannot eat money on a. You cannot eat money on a. And the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poison. You cannot eat money on a. You cannot eat money on a. You cannot eat money on a. And the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poison. You cannot eat money on a.
Bro. I don't even like. Wow. The ending that actually like it's emotional. It really is, and you feel it in her because there's this moment where she's looking at us kind of like an like something that's angered by our presence. You know what I mean? And that's really what nature's probably feeling right now. And then you get to this moment again where there's a bit of vulnerability where it's like there's still time to save like nature and balance. And that's only if we respond, which really this song is all about. It's about planting the seed of future growth and future sustenance. And like just the idea that there is a possibility to save this planet if we change the ways that we focus our lives, or like that the especially like what I mentioned earlier, like corporations seem to treat the planet not very good because of money, and then that's at the center of this. We're like, we can't eat money. So at the end of the day, listen, if you make $1 trillion, congratulations. If everything else dies as a result, you don't make it. You don't survive either, because you've fed off the planet for so long and destroyed so much in your wake that there's nothing left to keep you alive. And what do you spend that money on now? Nothing will save you. And it's a metaphor for the future of our planet, the whole thing. And I love that she called it the seed, because it really does feel in so many ways like she's trying to plant this seed in a way to let it grow, and literally giving up her entire being to this song to nurture it. And she feels like nature incarnate, especially when she dances. And I love that it goes from this like hunter's look at us at the end to this vulnerable look to say like, while there is a fury, there's also a chance for redemption. And that's such a beautiful way to kind of end us off. Oh man. This might be my favorite one so far. I think this might be my favorite one so far. I'm so blown away by just like, and especially the imagery to choose to use the shots of like youth protesting to show that like this is what we want for our future, and to put that in the corner and say, nah, as a corporation, we're going to go for money, is to belittle our future. And a lot of it is because the people who are in charge of these big corporations, they're not the ones who are going to have to deal with the fallback of it. And so it doesn't matter as much, but the next generations will. And it's not even our own species, it's other species as well. Like she mentioned, like killer whales and stuff like that. And I love that when she said killer whales, I think there was a shot of a desert, which is like in the future, if global warming goes far enough, a lot of the nature that we know as it stands will have changed dramatically, right? And so areas where you're going to see a lot of erosion, you're going to see like changes in the climate, and like it's just crazy to picture, like to put the idea of a killer whale on top of a desert. Like that's so brilliant. But all of this to say that we have a future to save, and this is planting the seed to save that future. What a brilliant song. What a brilliant performance. This was just amazing. Wow. Yeah, let's take a page out of the book of Aurora and keep, fostering the seed. Man, well, I hope that you enjoyed. Hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all, and I will see you on the next one.